session, I humbly request the Central Council member, CA Prakash Sharma ji, to please come up and occupy his honorable seat at the dais. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together. Now, I warmly welcome the keynote speaker of this session, a man who currently leads the biggest digital wealth management platform in India, Paytm Money. He is responsible for driving strategy and leading the wealth management business for Paytm. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming none other than Mr. Varun Sridhar to have a seat on the dais. Sir, we are honored to have you here with us. And this man has been waiting since afternoon today, probably, and we are running out of time for him. I now request the Central Council member, CA Prakash Sharma ji, for his opening remarks.
Good evening, friends. I know we are running late in our sessions. That is not my habit, but we have to bear. There are some incidents where we don't have any control of our own. Friends, with us, we are having fantastic speaker, a person, a team of people who have proved that what we can do in all circumstances. And I have been assigned a job just to give opening remarks for the very fantastic concept, particularly for we all professionals, that is CA, shaping the future of capital market. Friends, even our Vice President was saying that in any economy, whether it is an organization or society or country, finance plays a very important role. It is the backbone of any society, whatever we do. Our PM's dream is 5 trillion economy. At the same time, concept in last few years has changed drastically. That is, now competition is not local or national. Now competition is global. I was speaking to Sridhar sir just few minutes back that where you are based. He said, we have got a team of 10 people and we don't have any particular office. We work from the home. Can you imagine a company named Paytm, what concept they are having? The way things are changing, technology is changing. What we are doing in these circumstances in developing the society, country, or capital market. We all know, sir, on 1st July 2017, GST was introduced. And believe it, friends, it is true that CA professionals have played a fantastic role. Not less than even 20,000 different seminar, conferences, workshops we have organized to educate different society, different people, different platform. At the same time, insolvency concept has come. Till now, if you see the graph, 72% insolvency professionals are chartered accountants. Just few years back, a new concept came, that is sustainability. And believe it, friends, the most hot topic presently is that sustainability. What our institute is doing, our institute was the first to have that committee of sustainability. Even just in last month, we have got the special award in Abu Dhabi for giving consultancy for these type of platforms. Friends, just few days back, we were reading that Apple is planning and very fast, they are shifting their major production from China to India. In few months, we are going to have Tesla cars in India. In very short time, we will be having a biggest factory for SIM cards. Financial services, we are seeing that lots of accounting work of countries are done from our country. In software, Microsoft, TCS, you can understand so many companies are there. And at institute level, we are trying to capture that market. And due to this competition, globally competition, what we are doing, our institute's office is in Dubai. Our next office is already working in Singapore. And within a month or so, we are opening our third office in England. So what platform we are doing that I'm sharing with you. On this 1st of July, we have introduced new CA course. That course is only for now, training is for 2 years. But in 2 years, there will be only 25 leaves. It will be a comprehensive training. And in that 2 years, there will be no exam of any kind. And the concept will be only problem solving. So these are some important things which we are doing for our professional people. And I'm going to take much time. We'll like to listen our Sridhar sir, who is a very, very important person, and he will share his journey, how they are managing the affairs. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us. I now request the man of the moment, the speaker, Mr. Sridhar, to please share his expertise and vision with us.
Hi everyone. एक तरफ शान है नीचे और एक तरफ मैं हूँ, right? I think there's a bit of a, there is a certain amount of performance pressure. There is somebody downstairs and they're playing the band and they're doing a good job. But it's very nice to be with you. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you, sir. For saying nice words. I'll try and keep this useful for all of you. I'll start with a small story, personal story. Like today, the Vice President Sir of India was not a CA. I'm not, but I have a little bit more history. I cleared my CA foundation in first attempt, right? So, and I did stipend training for 2 years. And 1 week before my inter exam, I decided to be a politician, right? And so I never finished my chartered accountancy. Maybe Talati sir or Prakash sir should give me an honorary degree, right? Maybe aisa kuch hota hoega. But, the fun part is as follows, that I think the reason I didn't finish, obviously, college 20-year-old got too interested in elections and the fun of it. But more importantly, I think for me, I was very bad in taxes. Okay, the current person who manages my tax really hates me because everything has to be done and I'm kind of lazy about it. But, as I'm here with all of you and all of your chartered accountants and some of your, I've been meeting all of you, I can see a changing India. I can see what's happening. And I thought it would be cool to come here and talk to you about the capital markets. Right. And Paytm Money is basically a wealth management platform. And with that context, we'll talk about it. We were launched 4 years back, but India has completely changed. So let's look at what's happening. So I'm going to talk about 3 different things. First, मैं सबसे पहले capital markets में क्या हो रहा है, right? Because I think it's completely changing. This is the decade for capital markets in India. 2020 to 2030 is what it's crazy, right? And if you look at it from SEBI reforms to everything, and we'll talk about that. But that's fantastic. So there's a great Indian capital market story happening. There's a great India shining story, but I think the capital market story is amazing. It's almost like digital payments. It's almost like UPI. Wo ho raha hai, right? So that's the first part of my talk, if you may. The second part of the talk for me is within that, what are the small trends? What are the key things that as chartered accountants, as practitioners, as advisors, as people for your own wealth, what matters? And the last part is, I think, the most important. If I was a CA, I'm not, how would I look at this change and what are the opportunities, right? So that's how I'm going to do it. But let's get started. As of today, in India, there are roughly 45 million investors. Compare that to UPI or digital payments, 400 million log hain. There are 800 million bank accounts, maybe 900, right? That whole number of 40-50 million is going to very quickly, 2 saal, 3 saal, 4 saal, it's doubling. We'll get to 100 and we'll get to 150 and we'll get to 200 million. Right now, the question is, there are going to be 200 million people in this country who, like me, when I started my first SIP, had no clue कि उसका tax report कहाँ से निकालते हैं, क्या करते हैं, क्यों करते हैं, कैसे invest करते हैं. Right? When I was doing this session and we decided to partner with ICAI, we are, by the way, partners for you for the next 1 year. And we truly value that. And the reason we decided to do that for us was I felt if there is one population in India which can make a difference, right? Because you know Paytm, what we did in mobile payments, फिर आप sound box तो देखते होंगे, Paytm पे पैसे आ गए, you know, everybody has the small sound boxes. Then you have the QR code. अगर हम इंडिया को उन सारी चीजों में चेंज कर सकते हैं, so Vijay, who's the founder of the company, who's just a fantastic visionary, मैं उनसे वही बोलता हूँ कि Paytm क्यों एक दिन अकेले 250 million investor नहीं लेके आ सकते, right? The only company maybe that can do it if you've done it elsewhere is maybe us, and we dream like that. So what has happened is investing has become chai pe charcha. आज से 3 साल पहले investing used to be a chartered accountant exclusivity, and tax के time पे नहीं तो ELSS के time पे, लेकिन आज आप जाओगे एक घर के टेबल पे बात होती है. You know, people are talking literally saying, अच्छा, what did you buy? What did you sell? मैं कौन सा fund करूँ? नहीं, आज ये IPO आया है, ये bond आया है. The conversation has really gone. And I'll give you a small example. I was at a college yesterday in Bombay, and I've been doing some college events. And it was really funny. This guy, maybe 19, got up and asked me, saying, sir, मैं ना एक SIP कर रहा हूँ. I run 3 SIPs, one large cap, one mid cap, one hybrid. And I want to ask you what should be my asset allocation, because in some cases my expense ratio is so much, but my beta is so much. I was like, how old are you, man? Right? And he's an engineer, by the way. Okay. Look, and you know, then there was another girl who stood up afterwards, said, sir, Paytm Money में API होता है क्या? क्योंकि ना मैंने Python पे algo trading code कर लिया है, लेकिन मेरे algos में ना latency आ रहा है, and I want to know, can you do the job for me? You know, and that's the world out there. It's gone from being a privilege of the few. The momentum has started, right? And I think the one person to thank for all this is SEBI, right? And when I say a person, it's an institution. They are regulators. And, you know, I'm a wealth management platform. So regulators हमेशा, you know, एक relationship होता है डर का, right? जब भी एक नया regulation आता है, हम कहते हैं बहुत सारा काम आ गया. But over the last 2-3 years, 4 years that I've been at Paytm, I've realized that SEBI is doing such a fantastic job, right? As much as ICAI is doing, as much as all of you are doing, SEBI is doing, in my mind, maybe the greatest job of any regulator anywhere else in the world. And I've worked in about 10 odd countries, right? So I understand what they're doing. It's fantastic. It's phenomenal. Client protection se leke, transparency se leke, digital payments. You know, we are the only country where T+1 settlements happen. And already they're talking about T settlement, right? And I won't tell you which country's main exchange CEO was with me. He was like, Varun, aap kaise karte ho? Right? Like, how do you do it? And I was like, sir, pata nahi, Paytm Money does 1 million orders. He said, galtiyan kitni hoti hain? Because sir, 0.00001%, maybe. You know, how do you do it? Right? But I think that's the power of India, right? We've got going on that. Think about it. The world's largest derivative market. I don't know how many of you do option trading. If you trade, please don't. Or if you do, please get educated about it, right? मैं ये कहता हूँ, please आप पैसा broker को मत दो, आप पैसा अपने पास रखो और अपने clients का भी, right? Because professionals win, unfortunately. And you know, I don't know if you know this fact that 40% of trades are, you're competing with an algorithm. आप एक bot के साथ trade करते हो. मैं आपके साथ trade नहीं करता हूँ. Actually, आप जब trade डालते हो तो bot trade करता है दूसरी side, right? So 40% of all trades in India are algo trades. So you have to be very, very conscious about what you're doing, right? But the point I was trying to make is India has now the world's largest derivative exchange. NSE is by far doing a great job on number of transactions. So एक war change हो गया है. So a lot of things are changing. And what I want to tell you, long story short, very simple, is this market will move. Product complexity has gone up. Indians have started becoming richer, right? पहले क्या होता था? There used to be my return. India, all the returns are based on your PAN. लेकिन आप घर जाते हो तो आप क्या बोलते हो? मेरी फैमिली की वेल्थ इतनी है. लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली हम लोग की टैक्स रिटर्न एक ही फाइल होती है, अलग अलग होती है. बट इन रियलिटी हम लोग हाउस वेल्थ करते हैं. वी डोंट डू इनकम टैक्सेस बाय हाउस होल्ड्स. मे बी वन डे ऑल ऑफ यू विल डू दैट, राइट? बट टिल द डे कम्स, टुडे द कन्वर्सेशन हैज मूव्ड, एंड व्हाट आई वांट टू टेल यू इज इट्स बिकम सो इंपॉर्टेंट. So what are those trends then? What are the 5-6 important things that are changing? And I want to talk about that. The first big change that is happening is ETF. I'm sure you've heard of ETF, Exchange Traded Fund. Right? I'll give you a statistic. Today, about 26% of all of Paytm Money's customers have an ETF. Okay. And by the way, Paytm Money manages about 17,000 crores of AUM. You know, this is the first event actually where my team has set up a stall because we don't market, right? And we have one customer in 99% of all PIN codes in India. So when I say Paytm Money has 26% of its customers having one ETF, it's unimaginable. कि एक जो product हम पहले सोचते थे, you know, it's a complex product, right? Most people don't even know what an ETF stands for. Full form ही नहीं पता है. Like most people don't know what is ELSS, right? But the truth is that ETF now, everybody has one, but the minute they have the first product, वो 6 ETF खरीदते हैं 2-3 महीने बाद. तो एकदम से जो expansion आया ETF में, it's crazy. ETF is also called passive investing. So if you look at America, you look at Europe, about 30 to 40% of retail savings are in ETF. You look at India, it's about 1-2%. Okay, so there's a massive change that is happening, and ETF and passive is nothing but what I would call computer driven. It's passive, right? So there's no active interest. It's all technology driven. So that's one big change that's happened. The second big change in itself is technology, right? AI was a catchphrase, but I can tell you, I've seen a student tell me, Varun, in 6 months, I'll show you a POC. बहुत ही beautiful वो सोच रहा है कि broking app बनाना है. So the student came to me and said, Varun, I want to disrupt the top 10 brokers. मैंने कहा करो यार, बताओ कैसे करो. तो उन्होंने बोला कि सर मैं एक ऐप बना रहा हूँ, जैसे गूगल की एक लाइन होती है, इस ऐप में 3 बटन रहेंगे. आप बताओगे कि अगले 3 महीने में आपको कितना पैसा कमाना है, आप कितना पैसा हार सकते हो, और आपको बटन दबाना है. That's it. Right? And then the computer does the job for you. Because he's basically saying, I will put artificial intelligence inside it, I will put machine learning, and the system will learn. The system does a better job, right? His concept, which is a concept I firmly believe in, is called ROTI, return on time invested, right? जो हम रोटी नहीं खाते हैं, वैसा ही return on time invested है. तो आप investing में कितना सारा time लगाते हैं, the same concept can be easily changed. And that's the kind of technology interventions that are happening. So this is important. The third trend, which is very simple, SIP, आप सब लोगों को तो पता ही होगा. Just to give you a sense, last month, SIP inflows in India were 15,000 crores. Think about it, 15,000 crore comes every month. That's $2 billion, close to. We were chatting in the industry and we were saying this 15,000 crores will go to 30,000 crores, okay, per month. So a lot of people say, why is the Indian market not falling? The Indian market is not falling because the fund manager on the first day, all of us get salary, gets 15,000 crores to put. It's a job, right? 15,000 crores is not a small amount of money. In the last 2 years, the number of people doing an SIP has doubled. Okay, the average SIP amounts have moved up. So there is so much of change happening that as chartered accountants, I think you'll have to start thinking, iska kya matlab hoega clients pe, iska kya matlab hoega corporate treasuries pe, right? Because all of this is flipping on its head. The last trend, I think, which is for me important, which I thought we should talk about, is bonds. Right? Most of us have bonds, but the hard truth is I can bet with you, 99% of you and your clients don't own a bond in their portfolio. We actually do it through fixed deposits, or we do it through mutual funds, right? We took a crack at bonds and we said, yaar, दुनिया भर में आप central government का bond, state government का bond, municipality का bond खरीद सकते हो, corporate bond खरीद सकते हो. Why not in India? Can you simplify it? So we simplified it last year and we launched, and what was great was we launched this bond platform just like that. And I want to share the stats with you. We just launched it. No announcement, no nothing. Just put it on the product. And there you can buy a central government bond, which is Government of India bond. 95, 96 rupees. Okay, 100 rupees ke aaspas. It gives you a coupon of 7.5% and you can buy it in one click. Okay, so we launched the product. We've got over 400 crores invested in that in 2 months. People are doing it themselves because people are smart. They said, yaar, isme mil raha hai to kyun nahi? So the whole bond market in India, which till today was kind of privileged for corporate treasury, for ultra rich people and for mutual funds, is changing. So these are the key trends. As a chartered accountant, as a fraternity, I value you a lot. You'll say, hey, all this is great, Varun, what's in it for us? The way I look at it, I think there are 3-4 opportunities. I was talking, I think, to Qatar chapter or somebody where I was doing a small session. I said, aap logo ko to, your match is made in heaven. It's a marriage made in heaven because you're the only ones who understand the financials. India, unfortunately, produces great chartered accountants, architects, engineers, but we don't teach people how to do a 500 rupee SIP. And that's the truth of our, personal finance education. So chartered accountants are in a great place to launch their own startups, right? And, I would tell all of you, you're all such great entrepreneurs. Think about it, right? I'm going to be there for the next 2 days. If you have an idea, we're more than happy to help, right? But a bunch of things that you could do, which only chartered accountants can do. The second thing I would urge you to think about is your clients. A lot of clients, they're going to be 100 million people who will now start having complex, and when I say people, it's not individuals, it's very rich families. I'll give you an example. Because we manage 16,000 crores, there are about maybe 10,000 customers with very large AUMs on the app. And I don't have a physical model. Mere RMs nahi. Everything is on an app. They have on an average 50 products. So unka jo financial planning hai, their wealth, their real estate, all of that is a very large business for the accounting fraternity in every country. I think that business is finally coming in a very big way to India. So it's something that all of you should look at. And the last comment I would make, and then I will close, is I think the whole investor education, the whole productization, what I would urge all the chartered accountants to do is please look at technology. Because baki kuch evolve ho nahi ho, the capital markets is the fastest moving technology in India by far. If you think UPI is moving fast, you have to come to the exchange. It is maybe far, far faster, right? We talk in milliseconds today, and it's all getting automated. It's all moving faster. So as a chartered accountant fraternity, I would ask you to embrace technology, because capital markets is waiting for all of you to come in, right? It's literally, I think the amount of opportunity there is tremendous. I will just close by saying, first of all, thank you. Thank you. I could hold all of you till Shan, right? After we'll all beat you there. But we're doing a nice masterclass. We've invited about 10 AMC, about 5 AMC CEOs day after tomorrow. They're doing a masterclass on investing in 2030. I'm going to be hosting the panel. So I'll see you guys again there, hopefully. But it's great knowing you. And if you ever need something from Paytm, we believe that India will have 200, 300 million investors. And if there was one community I would do it with, it would be you. So thank you. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Sridhar ji. And friends, let me share you with you that Paytm is coming up very extensively with C Institute, and we are going to do lots of work with Paytm. Friends, I would like to share one very important information with you all, that institute level, we have already passed one very important decision, that is multidisciplinary partnership, and we have allowed 6 different professionals. We can have partnership with them. We can have 2 types of arrangement with them. One is multidisciplinary partnership. Another is networking. So that is the biggest new concept which is going to come in our profession. We have already approved in our council. Very soon it is going to come. It is going to change our profession like drastically. Yes.
As we draw the curtains of this illuminating session, I stand before you with a deep sense of gratitude for enlightening discourse we have been privileged to witness on CAs shaping the future of capital markets. A special note of appreciation goes to our esteemed keynote speaker, Mr. Sridhar. Your profound insights and thought leadership have illuminated the path forward. I now may request to please come up Shri Khemisha Soni ji, Central Council member from Indore, to please come up and give a token of appreciation to our learned speaker as a symbol of our deep gratitude for his time, expertise, and unwavering commitment. May this memento serve as a reminder to impact youth that you have had on us. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for this man. And now, since this is the last technical session of today, I would like to thank each one of you in the audience for your engagement and thoughtful participation. This has added immeasurable value to our discussions. I extend heartfelt thanks to this organizing committee, volunteers, and everyone who has worked behind the scenes to make these sessions a success. Your dedication has not gone unnoticed. As we leave this room, may the insights gained today inspire us and contribute actively to the profession and to uphold the highest standards of our profession. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.